In a world that's, well, constantly being reshaped by technology, how do people not just adapt, but actually innovate?
Right. How do they actively shape those changes?
Exactly. And weave them into, totally new kinds of human expression. It's a really compelling question, I think.
It is. It gets to the heart of that pioneering spirit we often talk about.
And today, we're really going to unpack someone who uh, embodies this perfectly. Ralph Buchwitz.
Ah, Buchwitz. Yeah, he's carved out a very distinct space for himself.
Totally distinct. Right at that intersection of artificial intelligence and music, it kind of challenges our ideas about creativity itself.
It does. His journey is fascinating, from like foundational AI work.
To this groundbreaking AI-powered music, and even, surprisingly, hosting deep intellectual discussions.
Yeah, it gives you a real glimpse into this modern technologist artist figure.
So for you listening, our mission today is to really trace that journey.
Exactly. We'll look into his early AI contributions, explore the really pioneering stuff he's doing with AI music now,
Understand how his global view influences his art.
and even touch on those intellectual explorations he does where AI is more than just, a tool.
Right. The goal is to help you grasp the impact of this kind of innovator.
Yeah, this blending of deep tech knowledge with just boundless creativity and curiosity,
Yeah.
and what it might mean for the future of ingenuity.
Okay, let's dive in. Let's start at the beginning of Ralph Buchwitz's professional life.
Sounds good.
His journey really picked up steam when he moved to the United States back in 1981.
Right. That seems to be a key moment.
And that led to his time at Siemens Corporate Research and Support in Princeton, New Jersey.
Siemens and Princeton.
Yeah,
Yeah, the sources paint that as a real hot spot back then.
definitely. Described as a preeminent center for AI and speech technology advancements during his time. He was right there, it seems.
Absolutely. And his early exposure there, his contributions to those early AI technologies were clearly foundational for him.
Foundational for the innovator he became,
Exactly. And remember, we're talking the 1980s here.
which is often called an AI winter, right?
Precisely. A time when, funding dried up, public interest cooled down after some overpromising.
So being deep into AI then,
Mm-hmm.
that says something.
It really does. It shows this profound, enduring belief in AI's potential, long before the current hype.
Suggests a really deep, maybe even theoretical grasp of how AI evolved.
I think so. But there's a really important nuance about his actual role at Siemens that we need to clarify.
Okay, because it affects how we see his innovation later on.
Exactly. It's vital for the full picture. While he was in that cutting-edge environment,
Yeah.
our sources are clear. He was an analyst, not an engineer.
Ah, okay. So not coding the algorithms himself.
Correct. His responsibilities were more in MIS management information systems.
Right, overseeing data and tech for operations, decision-making, that sort of thing.
Exactly that, plus project planning and reporting. So the distinction is key.
Because his expertise was less about building the AI.
And more about understanding its strategy, its capabilities, its limits, how to manage it.
Okay, so more of a big picture, conceptual thinker, not purely technical.
That's the idea. It really sets the stage for his unique approach later.
Which makes perfect sense. And this is where it gets, I think, really fascinating.
The pivot to art.
Yes. Ralph Buchwitz is now known as the creative force behind Ralph Buchwitz AI Music, AIMV.
Quite a leap from corporate analysis, isn't it?
It really is.
And the vision for AIMV, it's incredibly ambitious.
Exploring music across countries, across eras.
Right, using AI as this fundamental tool for creation, showcasing everything from like ancient chants to modern pop.
Celebrating global soundscapes. It sounds like he's trying to map musical history with AI.
That's a good way to put it. And when we say leveraging AI, it's not superficial.
No simple filters here, I take it.
Not at all. It's multifaceted. We're talking automated video generation.
Okay.
That even uses AI for refining the voice and subtle facial expressions in the video.
Wow. So AI adjusting vocal tone, adding emotion, generating animations.
Kind of like that, yeah. Pushing what one artist can do in terms of multimedia production.
That's pretty advanced stuff.
And maybe even more groundbreaking is this ability for like effortless genre transposition.
Genre transposition, what does that mean exactly?
Think about presenting the exact same song in two totally different styles.
Okay, give me an example.
Like a modern pop version with a male voice and then maybe a classical a cappella version with a female voice. Same underlying song.
How does AI even do that?
Well, it suggests AI models trained on huge musical data sets, learning the patterns of different genres, harmonies, rhythms, textures.
Sorry.
And then the AI applies that knowledge to totally transform the piece, almost like an AI mastering engineer with a flair for genre bending.
So it's bridging traditional and contemporary sounds.
Exactly. And it kind of asks, can AI reveal universal musical truths by distilling these elements?
So for him, AI is really a creative partner,
Precisely. He sees it as this powerful enabler.
expanding artistic freedom.
Right. Transcending limits like location or history, or even needing living performers for certain sounds.
So AI isn't replacing creativity.
No, it's collaborating, pushing possibilities, suggesting this future where human and AI minds co-create.
And he's definitely using the digital world to get this out there.
Oh yeah, extensive online presence for AIMV. His website, ralph-buchwitz.eu.
And a very active YouTube channel at Ralph Lothar Buchwitz.
Right, 64 videos, over 2,280 subscribers.
Yeah.
Which, for this kind of niche work, is quite solid.
And the music's on Reverb Nation, BandLab, Apple Music, mostly listed as electronic.
Yeah, showing that tech art blend, and the track titles are quite varied too.
Like Life with You, Into the Woods, City Cowboys.
The Twilight Years, Found You Forever, even Naigai Hell, hints at a wide range of themes.
This kind of work, though, it inevitably brings up some big questions, doesn't it? The kind society's just starting to wrestle with.
It absolutely does. When AI is so central, you hit complex ethical and philosophical territory.
Like who owns the creation?
Exactly. If AIMV makes a new ancient chant, is it Buchwitz? The AI. Does authorship even mean the same thing?
What about attribution? Does the AI get a credit?
These are the uncomfortable but necessary questions his work forces us to confront. What is creation? What is ownership now?
It's not about judgment, just acknowledging the implications.
Precisely, the implications of this new innovative frontier.
And beyond the tech and art, another thing that really defines Buchwitz as an innovator is his global footprint.
Ah, yes, that's a significant factor. German-born, based in Germany now.
But also keeps active residences in the U.S., Lambertville, New Jersey.
And the Philippines, right? On Panglo Island, Bohol. Been a creative retreat there for over a decade.
Yeah.
And this rich intercultural experience, the travel, it directly feeds into his art.
It enriches the scope of his AI music explorations.
Definitely. AIMV's goal to explore music from different places and times. That's not just talk, it reflects his life.
His exposure across Germany, the U.S., the Philippines must be a huge source of inspiration.
You'd think so. It broadens his vision, lets him prompt the AI to explore ideas beyond typical boundaries.
So his work really mirrors his global perspective.
Exactly. It fosters this eclectic, inclusive approach. His personal life is woven into his creative output. That's innovation, too.
Now, for something maybe even more surprising about his work,
Come on.
that YouTube channel, Ralph Buchwitz AI Music AIMV, the one with the music,
Yeah.
it also hosts a series of science podcasts, also called The Deep Dive, interestingly enough.
Really? Science podcasts on the same channel?
Yep. A testament maybe to his commitment to in-depth exploration, like us here. So it's not just music.
And what kind of topics? Not light stuff, I imagine.
Definitely not. We're talking really complex, abstract, philosophical, and scientific themes.
Like?
Things like human becoming, a deductive reconstruction, the primacy of intention in human action, reality's illusions, and AI's impact.
Wow. Big questions.
And even trying to unpack consciousness.
Huge existential themes. And what's fascinating is the AI angle here too, right?
Yeah, exactly. He uses AI in these podcasts as well.
How so?
For things like automated voice refinement. So applying AI beyond just music again.
Okay, that shows this really deep curiosity, a comprehensive engagement with AI's implications.
Yeah, his interest in unpacking consciousness seems directly linked to his AI music work.
Like, can AI be conscious or just simulate it?
Yeah.
Where are the boundaries?
He's constantly probing those kinds of questions,
So he positions AI not just as a creative tool.
but as a medium for complex intellectual discussion, for spreading knowledge.
That's an innovation in itself, how ideas get shared and explored.
So when we pull all these threads together, the early AI work, the AI music, the global view, the deep intellectual dives, what picture emerges?
It's someone who really defies easy labels.
A true innovator.
He really exemplifies that evolving technologist-artist archetype, seamlessly blending deep technical understanding with really creative artistic pursuits.
His career shows that shift, doesn't it?
Yeah.
AI becoming integral to new art forms.
Absolutely. It's not just in the background anymore. It's a collaborator, an enabler.
Augmenting, not replacing, human creativity.
Exactly. AI in his work is like an artistic accelerator. expanding possibilities, pushing boundaries in music in ways we couldn't imagine like a decade ago.
He shows what happens when you understand tech deeply and apply it with imagination.
That's it. And it's worth mentioning for accuracy
Yeah.
that our research had to carefully filter to make sure we were focused on this Ralph Buchwitz.
Right, not others with similar names like an academic or a football player. We wanted the profile of this specific innovator.
Correct. And while his work is well documented, it is interesting there's an absence of specifics on his formal education.
Like university degree, field of study.
Hmm.
It's a bit of a gap in the public info.
It is a notable gap, but it doesn't diminish his impact. Maybe it even suggests his insights come from deep, self-directed curiosity and experience, not just formal paths.
So we've taken quite the deep dive today into Ralph Buchwitz's journey, from foundational AI to pioneering AI music into these profound intellectual explorations.
A real testament to cross-disciplinary thinking.
He really is a compelling figure, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right there at the frontier of AI and creativity.
Absolutely. Showing how technology, guided by a curious, expansive mind, can just profoundly push boundaries.
His work sparks new connections, tech and art, sure, but also art and humanity.
It demonstrates a powerful path for innovators in this rapidly evolving era. He's not just adapting, he's shaping the change.
Ralph Buchwitz's journey really shows us what's possible when that deep technical insight meets boundless creative and intellectual curiosity. It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? What boundaries are you, listening right now, willing to challenge in your own work? Maybe by using new tech or connecting fields that seem unrelated. How can you innovate and express your unique vision?
That's definitely something to mull over.